When the Bombay High Court suspended Salman Khan's 5-year sentence today pending appeal, he said that he was going by the norm that those who get a sentence of less than 7,000, usually their sentences do get suspended. So he was following it and he asked the prosecutors, do you have grounds by which I should depart from the norm? And it seems he wasn't convinced, and so Salman Khan doesn't have to go to jail. But what many are pointing out is that from conviction and sentencing to getting interim bail to getting a sentence suspended, it seems to be a record time of just 2 days or 48 hours. And that's why we are asking, quick bail, no jail. Is it only for the rich and famous? Let me just introduce you to my panelists here this evening. We have, of course, Satish Manishinde. He has been the lawyer for actor Sanjay Dutt, who is in jail right now serving out his sentence. Akhilesh Chaubey is the person who went to Supreme Court for asking for cancellation of bail of Salman Khan. Rana Ayub, prominent commentator. We also have joining us now Charudat Acharya. He's a filmmaker whose write-up, he's written a personal story on the hit and run experience that he had. And I just want to start with you, sir. You write a really moving blog about your experience and what happened to you. When you hear Salman Khan's experience as someone who was involved, who's been convicted of causing a hit and run and killing one person, what comes to your mind?
See, somebody getting bail or you know what the courts decide is one thing. I'm here as a person who is a victim of hit and run, and I want to strongly put a case, make my case about what happens to the victims. You know, 2 years or 5 years somebody gets imprisonment. There are several cases which are like that, but the victims suffer for their entire life. It's a very difficult life to live a handicapped life, to have physical challenges and all kinds of problems that come. And I seriously feel that this euphoria that is there about, I don't understand what are we doing? What are we doing?
And when you hear the kind of, you know, the fact that it took 13 years to get a conviction, and then the bail happens and the suspension of sentencing happens so quickly. In your case, of course, you write that there was no such legal process taking place. Do you find that ironic? Do you feel that there is a different yardstick then?
Pardon, what was the last thing you said? Hello?
Mr. Acharya?
Hello?
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just get to him. Rana, you?
What was the last thing you said?
When you hear, you know, many are pointing out that Mr. Manishinde's own client, he of course was telling us how it took him a month, really, or 20 days to get the appeal going in Supreme Court after Sanjay Dutt's conviction. So obviously it isn't just because he's rich and powerful, because in Sanjay Dutt's case it did take time. So how would you explain it?
Well, in Salman Khan's case, I mean, it is obviously the fact that, you know, he has, fame, power, money, great political connections, of course, that come with it. And then you have the entire industry rallying behind you. There is, of course, some kind of pressure. But I was listening to Charu Dutt, and I can absolutely feel for him and feel for what he has written. I mean, 13 long years for a trial and 2 days is all it takes for a bail. Only Salman Khan or those of his like could afford something, a luxury like this. In a country like ours, where I was discussing this in the afternoon, in a place like Nagpur, where 1,000 undertrials are lodged under UAPA. Why? For reading a Bhagat Singh or an Ambedkar, and which is called or perhaps books of resistance.
Yes.
I mean, look at the strange contradiction that we have in terms of laws. So there clearly needs to be some kind of reform here. Because, today I saw, the entire film industry going jubilant about, Salman being given bail. I think there's something really rotten up there in the judicial process.
You talk about the film industry and how they're celebrating is, we have actress Nagma who did a big hit film with Salman Khan back in the day. Nagma, when you hear this, there are people criticizing the fact that he got justice very quickly. As someone who has known him personally, how would you respond to that?
Look, there's no taking away from the fact that there was a life lost and there were few of the victims were injured, and obviously our heart goes out to them and our deepest condolences to their families, and I'm sure Salman and his family too share the same sentiment. But having said that, I think that it's taken 13 years for him to go through this case, and it's not over yet. I mean, he's just got a bail as of now, and that's about it. I think that we should take this case as an eye opener, and we should all join into a campaign from all stratas of life and come and work against a judicial system which gives equal right to everyone, a legal aid which is available, easily available for everyone. I've known Salman since childhood, and I've seen him. He's struggled his way, he's worked his way, he's come up today. He has the prayers of millions of people, and I think that he could afford the legal system, and let us give him the recourse that he can have for himself. I mean, why are we taking away that from him?
Why are we taking that away from him and give him the benefit? Mr. Chaube, you've heard all these people who are supporters, who are sympathizers of Salman Khan's cause. Now that he has got it, he's been vindicated by the court as well, which felt that he should get the rights of all others as well who've got less than 7 years. Is that fair?
No, definitely. My question is not against the bail granted to Salman Khan. I am not against that. But the way it was granted, I am against that. I have raised question before Supreme Court that if it is given to Salman Khan and if it is technically right, then this right should be given to common public also.
You're saying, how was he given bail? Like, what aspect are you
The way super counsel appear in the court, the way they mentioned, immediately they got the hearing, and after that, the moment interim bail was granted, I was sure that the day after tomorrow, means today, the regular bail will be granted. That was a formality only. Mr. Mani Sinde is there, he will also confirm that. Once interim bail is granted, he was on bail during trial, so regular bail was a formality only. But the way it was granted on Wednesday, I think that is something in which something fishy, I see something fishy in that.
I beg to differ. I've been practicing law for the last 32 years. And even when I started practicing law in the first year, it was a regular done thing that if a person has been on bail in the trial court, and even if there are some murder cases, people are granted bail for the asking. So I don't see any reason why, I don't see any reason why some public interest litigant goes all the way up to Supreme Court without even getting a copy of the order of the High Court.
Mr. Mani Sinde, you say that, wrong. I accept what you're saying, that and in fact the judge also said it today that that's the norm. But can I just bring out these figures and you tell me, because these figures tell a different story, the fact that 3,71,000 people are languishing, waiting for a bail hearing. So obviously it's not the norm.
The reason why so many under trials or people are languishing in jail without any bail, or people are languishing jail after convicted and the bail pending when an appeal court is hearing the matter, is not because of any other reason, but we have a shortage of judges. The High Court strength all over India is more than 850 judges, out of which at any given time 30 to 40% of the judges are not appointed.
That is not hampering Salman Khan.
That's not a valid argument at all.
Mr. Mani Sinde is involved in such kind of practice where in every case there is a counsel.
See,
but all common people cannot afford a counsel.
If in this case bail has been granted with utmost speed, you must congratulate the legal team which moved so fast. Therefore, what wrong has the judge done?
Given importance in the court. That is the merit.
Mr. Mani Sinde, you are saying that the law is not equal for everybody in this country, right? Anybody who can afford high-profile lawyers like you certainly get
I think now
you are trying to make a distinction between rich and
it is a distinction, right?
It is happening. Earlier it was not there in the case, but now it is happening.
We'll go to the audience as well. You have a question, but Nagma, you wanted to come in over here and say something?
Yeah, I absolutely want to say that I share your sentiment and I feel the same about this, and let's take this case as an eye-opener and let's all from every strata of life work together towards a campaign where we can help change the system, where everybody can get the equal recourse.